Welcome to 3rd and 21. Simply two things we do here. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. The KPI Top 12 is out. There's some major changes at the top. Before we go there, let's go around the country, talk about some teams not in the KPI Top 12. In a segment we like to call Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down.
Thumbs up!
Thumbs up! Kentucky Wildcats 3-0 in the SEC. First time that's happened since 1977. Kentucky checking off a lot of boxes to make this a super special year. They have a major test coming up this weekend in College Station against Texas A&M. But right now, thumbs up, Kentucky.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Targeting gone wild. I thought a lot about this on Saturday night. Targeting was introduced to get hits like this out of the game. All right, that was Devin Bush hitting Danny Wuerffel in the Sugar Bowl. Side note on this, Danny Wuerffel somehow got up from that, led the Gators to a 52-20 beating of the Seminoles, and he was involved in just about every touchdown, played great. But targeting was meant to get hits like that out of the league, and I'm all for it. But targeting has evolved into this.
The crown of the helmet.
He beats Fuller one-on-one, and it looked like a shoulder actually hit.
So tell me what number 12 could have done right there. And we need to, the NCAA needs to put an intent clause into targeting. Number 12 was not trying to hurt anybody. He just happened to run into him. That's a football play. NCAA needs to apologize to number 12. Let's try something else here.
Thumbs up!
Yeah, man. The Dakota marker game. North Dakota State University Bison versus South Dakota State University Jackrabbits. They play for the Dakota marker.
Sprint to the northwest corner to hoist that 75-pound rock. North Dakota State 21, South Dakota State 17. Horns up, Jackrabbits down. The Bison bring that marker back on home.
That is awesome.
Thumbs down.
I'm a Pac-12 fan, but thumbs down on the Pac-12 playoff chances. All the marquee games have been losses other than Arizona State, Michigan State, Washington. You're getting no support from your Pac-12 brethren.
Thumbs up!
Thumbs up, Colorado Buffaloes 4-0 for the first time in 20 years. Hey, the Pac-12 South is open, Colorado. Go take it. Hey, listen, for those who don't know, there was a player in the Tennessee State Vanderbilt game on Saturday night who has a serious head injury. All the people at Bass Behind the Glass, 3rd and 21, we are praying for Christian Abercrombie and putting a link up to his GoFundMe page. Please pray for him.
Welcome to 3rd and 21, a show where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Now back to you, Kemper.
Wait. Now.
Welcome back. All right, always want to thank you for watching. We're going to jump right into the KPI Top 12. Holding strong at number 12 is Washington. Finally, the team that we were expecting all year long. Offense looked great, putting up some points against BYU. Defense was stifling as ever, holding BYU to 7. Washington, a quality team, just not getting any help from their Pac-12 brethren. Next up, first time in the KPI this year is the University of Central Florida Knights. I did get to see some of the game against Pitt where they just absolutely knocked Pitt out. I did do a little bit of advanced scouting. I don't think the schedule is strong enough to keep UCF in the KPI Top 12, but I will tell you this. Central Florida can play with just about anybody in the country. Next up, and at number 10, Auburn. Auburn game had a 3.5 hour rain delay that really sucked all the energy out of the game, out of the fans, out of everything. But they did do what they're supposed to over Southern Miss. They get a stern test this weekend against a very desperate Mississippi State team. Keep your eye on that. Next up at number 9, Penn State. Penn State against Ohio State was classic. You loved it. I loved it. It was a lot of fun to watch. Loved James Franklin's speech afterwards, where he said, we have become a great program, but we are comfortable being a great program. Now we need to take it to elite status. Love the speech. YouTube it if you hadn't seen it. Next up, West Virginia. West Virginia scoring points, and defense is better than what I was expecting, what you were expecting. They do have a home game against Kansas, which has all the signs of an absolute blowout. Watch out for West Virginia. They're going to take it easy through October, but watch out for November because that is murderer's row for West Virginia. And finally, coming in at number 7, real important to understand this. The KPI is a blended program, and we look at where teams are today. I'm not necessarily projecting where I think teams are going to be in the future. Coming in at number 7 is the Clemson Tigers. They just have always been missing this year so far. But with the transfer, with Trevor Lawrence taking all the snaps, and we'll start this weekend, I think Clemson is going to galvanize and become the team that we've been expecting. Watch out for that. But on this week, they come in at number 7. Tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will break down the KPI 6 through 1. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to 3rd and 21 show. We talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Thank you to the good people at Maxey Homes. Love Butch Maxey. The link to Butch's website is in the description below. Long on quality, short on drama. MaxeyHomesGA.com. All right, number 6, LSU Tigers. When is my belief going to catch up with what my eyes tell me? When they beat Miami, I was like, maybe they just bushwhacked them. When they beat Auburn, it could have gone either way. But they just keep winning. Impressive win over Ole Miss in a rivalry game. LSU gets Florida this weekend, but I've got to start believing in LSU pretty soon. Next up, Oklahoma, and they just keep steamrolling right along, 66-33 over Baylor. Little concerned about the defense and the points they give up, but most of that was garbage time anyway. Oklahoma looking like a legitimate playoff team. Next up, I have the Notre Dame. And let me tell you, the change to Ian Book was masterful. The offense has taken off. A great job by Coach Kelly on the offensive and defensive line. This team is tough. Next up, we have the Georgia Bulldogs, which I tell you, I think Georgia is a better team than what they've showed. It seems like they're almost bored with the competition. They need to get over that quick. But as far as talent and as far as coaching, they are outstanding and ready to make a serious playoff push. Next up, we have Ohio State, and they just look the part of a college football playoff team. They are outstanding. They got tested all the way to the end against Penn State in a hostile environment. Dwayne Haskins is outstanding, and Ohio State is clearly the second best team in the country. And next up, Alabama. Again, like last week, I said I don't know any more superlatives to say about them. Tua this week was 8 for 8. I got thinking, what is Nick Saban going to complain about that? And maybe it's one of the completions where a little inside he could have put it out there. That's where Alabama is as far as nitpicking, trying to find things that are wrong. Alabama, way out in front of everybody else. Tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go to the ever-popular mailbag and put your money where your mouth is. All right, welcome back. We thank you for spending a little bit of your time on a show we call 3rd and 21. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. We're going to go straight to a segment we call Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. That's where I pick games against the spread all season long. We keep track. How did we do last week?
0 and 4. So 8 and 9 for 47%.
47% for the year, but listen, We've thrown all that behind us, and we're coming with the 4-0 comeback. Whenever your back's against the wall and you've got to have a win, go to Alabama. Alabama minus 35 over Arkansas. I see this as a 55-10, 55-17. Alabama covers the large 35-point spread, but I feel terrific about that. Next one, we've got Clemson. I think Clemson as a team has galvanized and internalized, and we're going to start seeing the true Clemson team coming out. They're playing a decent Wake Forest team. You got to give up 16 points, but I think we'll see a much more motivated and fired up Clemson team. Minus 16.5. Yes, please. Third, keeping right in the same vein, Georgia minus 27.5 at night over Vanderbilt. I think Georgia puts 4 quarters together and we start seeing the team that Georgia can be. And fourth, the Blue Star pick of the week, Syracuse, who has been playing good football all season long, goes and plays a terrible Pitt team. Syracuse minus 4.5. That will get you to 4-0 for the weekend. Hey, let's go straight to the ever-popular mailbag. That's where you can write in, ask me any question about college football. I'll do my level best to give you a clear and concise answer. First question.
Ed Cheek from Aledo. This question is brought to you on our email at 3rd and 21
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
He loves going to Texas OU games. He asked, have you ever gone to one?
You know, Ed, I have been to a Texas OU game. It was either 95 or 96. It was an incredible atmosphere, had a lot of fun. The game that year was tied. I believe it was 13-13. But I remember walking out, and everybody was walking out in a weird, we just tied our arch rival. So, anyway, yeah, love the Red River rivalry. Can't wait to watch it this weekend. Next question.
Charlie from Washington, D.C. asks, what is the toughest place to play at night?
Every college stadium is going to be more amped up at night. There's no question about that. Just off the top of my head, what I think is Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech plays, is a truly difficult place to play at night. But leader in the clubhouse has got to be LSU, just a different vibe there than anywhere else. Excellent question. Next question.
Kurt from Enid. Since Kelly Bryant's transfer just happened, how do you feel about transfers in general?
Man, excellent question, Kurt. My default position is freedom, but we have to have some type of boundaries in that freedom. I think what I would propose is have some type of, like from January to February. If you're going to transfer, you have to do it in that time period. You get one transfer, and you got to do it in that time period. Graduate transfers still apply like they would now, but we need to do something about it. But we also got to give some flexibility to the players. So, excellent question. And with that, we are going to put a wrap on it. Say please like and subscribe, and we cannot wait to talk to you next week.